All right, welcome back, everyone. Don't really do this very often, and it's usually the day before or the day of that I discover this. But I do play another live service game, right? This is PSO2 NGS. As a quick background, I've been playing PSO2 NGS since closed beta, right? When they released, I didn't play PSO2 before PSO2 NGS, but since have gone back to play. Today is the super occasional. It can often this stuff happens maybe like once or twice a year since PSO2 NGS been around. They were a little bit more aggressive with these story updates, and it looks like this one's kind of going to be a mini episode where they typically have like a set piece thing and then some interlude, maybe two, and another one. So this is the third one under, I guess, chapter 7. So to catch up, everyone, the last time, right? The last time that we played this game, it was, I call it chapter 7.2. They were setting up Vale, Dark Foss Vale, I suppose. And Vale showed up. It was a really fun. I thought it was very cinematic, a cinematic battle, because you more or less you did your a platform battle with the guy, much like many of the other Dark Foss bosses, and then you transition into your flying things. They were able to showcase and use up the arms, right? Do they call arms? Well, the extra thing that they added where you can use your weapons, right? Your weapon systems to pew pew, shoot at the dragon. So it was a very like awesome looking battle. In terms of mechanical, it's so too. Um, Now we have a mini episode, and these mini episodes typically talk about aftermaths of things. So it looks like based on the episode, it's another one of those where you listen to dang it, I keep forgetting their names. But you're gonna listen to a bunch of the characters, maybe a remembrance of Garo, 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 the person that basically was axed right in the beginning of the game. It was her father, right? So we're gonna hop right back in. There was a level cap update 105. I keep up to this, so most of the time I hop in, I do my dailies, I do my weeklies, I keep up with the seasons, pick up whatever. I just basically just do my dailies and weeklies all the time until we wait for the next story update. And when there is a story update, I do a little bit exploring of it, talk about the overall experience. I think the state of PSO2 is that steady like decline, right? Where there hasn't been a killer or a risk taking kind of chances, for better or for worse, that cause an explosion. It maybe a sudden uprise in its popularity or sudden dip in its popularity. It's your steady attrition for a game like this. I really enjoy playing the game. It's fun to do mess around and get your fingers, your reading skills with your hands and whatnot. It's a very combat oriented game, and most of the features over time are quality of life changes to constantly expand ways to interact with the combat system. Since then, I think the last time one class got an overhaul or like a TLC, actually two classes. The Braver, the Braver, and I believe the Force. I'm not entirely sure, but they're slowly what they do is they matriculate and update each of the classes with like their it's very telltale when you look at their photon arts. Their PAs get updated with a extra like contrasting color. It's often like a form of yellow with blue in order to form the sparks and whatnot. So I'm on my Force character now because that was the most recent one, and usually they incentivize and they usually guide the player to experimenting, because a lot of the weeklies would be around incentivizing using it. So I'm on my rod right now, and since then I've played all the weapons, all the styles at some point. So it's whatever is current, and we're on Air Force. So we're just gonna hop in. I already logged in. No dialogues that lead to the thing, but we're gonna do the story right off the bat. Maybe we'll do some of my regular upkeeps first, and then I think there's a new limited event. We might as well spam some of that limited event, get some time in. I do this already, or plan to do this on top of the story. So let's hop right in. As you can see, I have quite a lot of time in this game, so let's hop in here. I'm not as a disclaimer, I'm not someone who like goes out of their way to do like skill runs or speed runs or something. This is my live service game where I treat it like a live service game. I like hopping in, doing some stuff, practicing some hand-eye kind of routine and whatnot, and then simply enjoy running around and looking and consuming some content while I typically watch like anime and stuff while doing this as well. Okay, so I'm not sure if there was anything else that stood out. Not particularly, not until next week. There might be some challenge stuff, but that should be good. Good summary. And then we're gonna change our sound, right? It would be nice to have like a master volume slider. That's okay. I usually like double. Oh, I need to increase this, I think. This is the thing. This is like the dialogue slider. I'm not the biggest on the sound effects because they could get really spammy. I don't know what this slider does, actually. But let's do it this way. Alright. So let's just head off and do our story stuff, right? Oh, as per usual, this game is incredibly friendly with these period updates. So when you have an up-to-date character for all the classes, you auto get these weapons, right? So they added their traditional step-up weapons here, weapons and gear units, and they pretty much you're straight up to date. This is a new bottom line. So you get your updated epith thing, and then the decum, and they decided to just call it 1 and 2, which I imagine in the next time the story comes up again, you'll get series 3 and whatnot. Immediately get you up to date, provided that your characters are up to the level, right, and have done their usual upkeep. And personally, in contrast to my other live service game that I still play for over 11 years now, I love this type of system for a lot more, because immediately it guarantees that you're moving from this on. Of course, it comes around every like 5 or 6 months. So in that, while that's happening, the 5 or 6 months things, you have your power creep, your standard power creep and whatnot. Anyways. Hold on, I gotta swap this up. Alright. So let's hit. I think audio levels are pretty good. Alright. So we have to head to, I imagine we have to head to, oh, we're at the grave site. We're going to, what's her name? Aina. Aina's father's gravesite. Garo. Probably. I imagine. Yeah, the Veil fight was very cinematic. In terms of the engagement, maybe not so much. Recently they refreshed. They're going through refreshing of all the like the planes breakers and whatnot, and the last two reforms were quite nice. They were like properly scaled up and changed up in a way that was challenging or maybe slightly challenging, while at the same time forgiving and challenging at the same time.
I didn't know you were here.
Garoa. Yeah, Garoa. Actually, I don't even know where their inspiration for the names are, because a lot of the names are a mix. There's a lot of Germanic mixing in terms of the name. So it's a big, like, Aina is not necessarily local, so I'm just pronouncing it because I was language learning earlier. So, that's it.
Not really. Just going over everything that's happened.
Mini episode
This
for sure.
ride sure has been pretty hectic. And it all started with this fight right here. Aelio, Ritem, Kavaris, Stia.
It's a summary
fought
episode.
dolls everywhere. Then we battled the Dark Falls Zephedo created.
Mm-hmm.
And even Zephedo himself. From there, we faced Vile in the Starless.
Yeah, Vile.
And the only reason we've won all these fights is you.
Yeah, that what this reminds me of is how Japanese developers or studios or like long-running anime series, they tend to have every once in a while a recap, like a quick recap episode, right? And to me, I think this is an opportune moment, maybe a potential hint that something is around the corner, like they're gonna do another arc or something like that, right? All puns intended, because they're arc defenders. But anyways, that's kind of how I feel. Like, I've been going through One Piece like the last 4 months now, and I'm a little bittersweet, but I think I'm almost current soon. And every once in a while, yeah, you kind of find these episodes like, oh, but I want more. But at the same time, if you think about it, a lot has happened, and these are your recap episodes. So this would be a recap episode, right? Please keep the praise. I wasn't the only reason.
That's fair. We've all contributed. But we're still not done fighting. We need to prepare ourselves for whatever might come next. Oh, that reminds me. Rikul, Ruka, and the other recruits are official members of ARCS now. You should see how
no idea who
excited
they are. Anyway.
They're all, we're gonna bring peace to Halpha. I need to keep up the hard work myself. I am working with Dozer on ways to make ARCS a stronger organization all the way around. They also want me to take a look at the new training core. I'm busy. But I have to be if I want to keep up with you. You just watch, Dad. No matter what comes Halpha's way, I'll be here to protect it.
Curious if we hear from the other cast, right? So, yep. Oh, I guess we are heading to the command room. Yeah. So, in my opinion, whenever you start summarizing things, it usually means like, all right, we have to get everyone up to date. So she basically named the chapters based on their centerpiece. The first 4 chapters are the 4 regions. So she listed the 4 regions off, right? We have Aelio, right? Aelio, Retem, Caveris and Stia, and then the 5th chapter was I forgot what that's called, the Cavera, or up there, and then Cephalo himself, and then most recently in chapter 7 was Vile, right, and the Starless. So that's like ticking all the boxes, chapter 1 through 7. All right, let's just TP, right? We're all about the TP life. Very, very quick, super summary of over 2 years of NGS. All right. Crawford, Dozer, hi.
Hey there.
Everything all right?
Oh. We were going over what happened when Vile launched his assault. The Starless appeared in force at the same time that Vile emerged from space-time.
We've never seen quite so many of them.
It was as if they were carpeting the entire planet. Fortunately, they didn't catch us unprepared.
We had been doing joint training exercises with ARCs from all over Alpha. And all that hard work paid off.
Everyone showed incredible resourcefulness when we needed it. We commanders didn't even need to give out detailed orders.
The two who really stood out in the thick of it were Aina and Manon.
Yeah, they were truly a sight to behold.
Aina was moving around all over the place, leading her trainees into battle. Manon identified weak spots in our battle line and prevented it from being overrun. I didn't need to worry about anything other than defending Central City. We really owe those two.
Mm-hmm.
And then it sounds like you better not slack.
Nonsense.
I suspect that you three will shoulder the entire ARC's organization. But, as I've said, we can't simply rely on you three for everything. ARCs won't work unless every defender is capable at what they do. As long as we're at war.
We're currently putting together a framework for that. Based on our recent results, we know that the different regions can coordinate very well.
All we need to do is keep building on that coordination. We need to learn each other's tactics and figure out how best to put them to use. We also have the Lucilans, hard at work developing new equipment.
Oh, right,
And of course,
Lucille.
we're
Lucille.
training new ARC's defenders.
Not
We've asked
Cavera,
Aina to take
Lucille.
care of our second incoming class
Right.
of recruits. Who knows? Maybe one day we'll have an army of defenders all as strong as you.
I hope so.
You just watch then. It's
I
not
will.
just Aina and Manon. Everyone is looking to you as their inspiration to keep growing. I'd like you to continue being the one who gives us hope. We're counting on you, Guardian.
Alright, maybe we're gonna talk to Manon next. Level 101, yep. That's what happens. Oh, wait, is that it? Oh yeah, that's it. Alright. They also did some TLC on grouping the like subgrouping all of the weeklies and tasks, right? Tasks that we have to do. So let's go and do our usual stuff. I already picked up all the alliance activity things. I'm just gonna go through my normal routine. It's
This
That-
is an emergency transmission. Our data points to the imminent appearance of dark falls in the central area. An interception operation involving the central cannon is currently in the planning stages. Please prepare to deploy.
Hang on. Let's see. 105. Oh, there's a new urgent quest. Okay, so we have a new urgent quest we can do too. I didn't time this. I didn't know when the next urgent quest is. But there is a new urgent mission. Wait, what about you? No. So neat. I'm not sure what is the battle powers? 4253? Yeah, we cleared it. So and getting the weapons pretty much nearly guarantees you to clear it. So we'll quickly do all our things, and we have 30 minutes until the urgent quest. I get to see what the new urgent quest is. Nice, or an urgent mission, right? All right, let's do our things. Let's start with our dailies. Very quick. Where is the urgent? It's Shadow of the Fallen Star, huh? So we're gonna go over here. Gonna stick some stuff into the region mag, right? Anything I have a lot of, okay, sure. There we go. Somewhere where there's veggies. Probably here. Okay.
Emergency announcement.
Yes,
We
yes,
are
yes.
preparing for a large-scale operation in the Retem region. All ARCS defenders, please prepare for deployment.
All right. Do that. So those are your two standards. Feed the region mag, right? Region mag. Use the food stand. And then you have to collect a specific resource. Your standard stuff for dailies. This is basically what I do every day for fun while I have something like on the background. Oh yeah, I forgot. That's seafood. That's actually not. That's fine. Daijoubu. Alright. Then we have to hit a combat sector. Actually, I don't know. They updated which combat sector they updated. So now, right, on our daily, we have our combat sector. Did they update the combat sector for this? No. How about you? No. 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 Okay. Okay, so I'm just gonna head over here.
Emergency announcement. We have confirmed a high energy reading in the Steer region and are currently assessing the situation. All ARCS defenders, please prepare for deployment.
Okay. And
PSE burst.
that typically happens. You hop in right here. Right. Someone's already there. I don't even have to touch a mob really. And then we head off to the nameless city. That's how quick this game is. And then we bops a few mobs in the nameless cities. Pretty rapid. Music, of course. It's been a while since I used my force. Like force recorded. Last time I think we were on Possibly a gunner. We were on gunner last time. Gunner with dual pistols. And that's it. And then we head on out. I forgot how hard the music goes. Right. Alright. So that's done. Maybe we can do a Lucio. Oh, we can.
Emergency announcement. We have
Yes,
confirmed
yes,
a
yes.
high energy reading
Let's
in
do the
Sea
limited
region and are currently
quest.
assessing the situation.
Citadel in the
All Arcs
forest.
defenders,
Is this the
please
rotating
prepare for
one?
deployment.
This might be. Yeah, this is the standard. The updated. Very first one. What was the guy's name? The dragon. Oh, no, wait. This might actually be one of those clear things. Possibly. Interesting. We'll see if anything changed with this. Yeah, and I think one of the limited times we get it out of the way, right? Do it 30 times, right? 30 times before January, before June 17th. Is there a weekly dealing with this? And then we can squeeze in our urgent, which will be interesting. Yeah. Sure. Oh, they canceled. Alright, that's fine. Rizal Forest, I think, ice? I think most of them, it's either ice or fire. Music. The music in this game is so expansive. There's so many tracks, and you can play with the in-game like I've collected all the tracks over time, or whatever tracks they have. They can play whatever music really. Interesting.
Enemy presence detected. Please be careful.
Ice. Yep. There's a middle guy.
I really appreciate your support.
Yeah, it's one of your standard clear wave ones. So run to target. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, it's this one. All right, this is actually a repeat. We had this one before. Only because I remember this part. I'm not gonna switch between these. That's fine. How's that not hitting? Okay. Oh, they're a bit remixed, I think. I don't remember this guy being this particular variant. That's not the right button. Oh, that was a little bad. That's a little bit embarrassing. Okay. Oh, there are actually two of them here. Okay. Oh, I didn't see that. Okay. That was a little early. Okay, so most of them are dark, vulnerable. Oh, that was early. Oops. Hit the wrong button there. Oh, okay. Hey, this was updated, right? We have more mobs, more boss rushers, or longer segments, I think. Ugh. Annoying that you get hit for that. I'm not sure if this is the last part, so we're just gonna switch to this. It looks like this might be the last mob.
火力支援開始。ハイドラ最大火力で駆動可能。目標を攻撃。ハイドラ最大火力で駆動可能。目標を攻撃。効果力を維持。ハイドラチャージ完了。目標を攻撃。戦闘行動を終了。
Yeah, that was it. Okay. Oh. I just straight up. I was expecting the little guy to pop up. It's not too bad. You do that 30 times. And then now, how long do we have? Oh, the urgent should be up now. Let's hop into our urgent. Anything? Oh, okay. Right into the urgent quest. I'm not sure if you get double clears. Probably not. The end of double clears.
Arch defenders, we are beginning a counter-offensive against the powerful
Yep, one clear.
enemies in the Steer region. We request the participation of all Arch defenders.
Free XP. All right. Let's see what this is like. I think we're still doing... Oh, it's probably mostly starless stuff anyways, I think. So just stick to this. Music. Oh. That's awkward. Oh. Okay. Yeah, I usually just AoE with thunder to build combo tech. And then we cycle through our main targeting single for all the for all these single things. Interesting, it's a question mark, huh? It's only labeled as question mark. This guy's new. At least I don't recognize it. Ow, ow, stop. It ran away. Okay. It's wonderful if those guys weren't so aggressively shooting all the time. Please. Okay. Now. Honestly, this game has often become to the point where, like, if you get hit, you know it hurts your soul every time you get hit. Spend most of your time not getting hit. Okay. Wait, are we going this way? Oh, just kidding. Hello? There we go. Oh, I don't like that. What is that? Oh, you can, I don't know if you can dodge that. I thought I landed it. Huh. Maybe you have to be on the ground. And then in that corner. Like down here or something. I don't like it. I don't like it. Oh, okay. Someone else tried to dodge it. Oh, he's dead. Hmm. Oh, just another solution. Oh, interesting. More little question mark. Okay, so they're a new enemy type with the little random halos on them. Something hit me a couple times. Oh, they certainly stick out. Oh. Oh, I didn't see that. Ow. Oh, oh. That comes out really fast. I barely got KO'd there. Split second. Because I already saw it once. Oh. Okay, it's not that fast. It's just I didn't see it in the foliage the first time. Just kidding. I wonder what the big guy is gonna be. Intriguing.
Success.
Here we go. Okay. That can't be the final guy, right? Maybe. This guy is familiar. It might have always been here. I just don't do a lot of urgent questing or urgent missions. So I don't know if this is the current iteration of this or not. Seems really squishy. That's a lot of wob-wobs, man. Oh yeah, it's not it. There's more. Nice. So we can use our QPUs. This is it.
目標捕捉 目標捕捉ハイドラチャージ完了
I just use this orb thing all the time because those guys are fighting, right? So you support. And then just get free lasers every once in a while when they send a projectile. It kind of flows well with the playing force.
ハイドラチャージ完了
I kind of have a similar mindset with the arms whenever
火力でクロー
when I'm playing. So if I'm playing melee, then I would do melee. How big is this thing? Not that big.
目標
Got some geysers after.
ハイドラチャージ完了 まもなく発動
Some waves. I'm looking at what I could farm. Like for dodges. For weapon action and stuff.
火力シーン開始
Oh, quite a lot of life.
Success.
And that's it. It's okay. So we have the new variant, like the new variant of creatures now. Those little big dinner plates. They all have chef's hats now. Red dinner plates on them. I don't see anything out of the ordinary. Okay. Pretty standard stuff. Alright. I picked up a few Legendio things before and
Attention Arcs defenders.
before
We are
today.
planning a counteroffensive against the powerful enemies in the
Sold them
Sphere
off.
region. We request the participation of all Arcs defenders.
I don't know if they changed up Lucille stuff. Pretty sure I don't think they did. Let's hop in. No, everything looks fine. Yeah, and then they're still behind on that. I mean, let's hop into one then. Yep, that's a plush mellow, alright. This time the leveling is not generous, but at the same time it's a 5-level thing. I'm waiting for when they do the here's our new arc, we're raising the level cap by 20 or something. It's been a while since they did like a big update. Yeah, it looks like we have to do urgent quest 10 times. Urgent quest 10 times or 9 more times. Obtain a master cube. That's just obtaining a cube once you're max level. Or you can exchange master fragments, I guess. Oh, exchange master fragments. We have like tons of everything. If you play just doing dailies and weeklies, you have tons and tons of resources. What else we got? It's pretty standard stuff. So there's urgent quests, limit time quests, fairly typical. You can knock all these out. For these, you just have to reach level 65. Man, that's really generous. So all of these, you're immediately up to, basically you're immediately up to a period once you get to level 65. That's kind of the way PSO2 works, right? They want immediately that everyone is 65 is really far back. It's 40 levels back to become up to date. Never far too behind, you know, never far behind. Okay, never mind. Just kidding. Lucille stuff is purely optional at this point. Exchange. This is probably because they probably changed the item trader. Is why they have a limited. Whenever they add limited time task, that means they changed something. Oh, they did change something. They changed how the organization works. Right. I'm gonna go through this really quick. I don't see anything new. Why was this? Oh, that was highlighted. Okay. And then some more. Okay. These are, I don't think these are new. These are all the old stuff. I just didn't look through them. That's interesting. How far do they go? Okay. That's just normal. Nothing's changed there. Yep. Yep. Same deal. Same deal. Same deal. Okay. Just quickly going through. Oh, this links back to... That's interesting. This links back to the same one of the other things. Okay. Same deal. Yep. And then, yeah, these are all legacies. I don't... Oh, I actually have one thing I could exchange. Okay. The legacy stuff. And then, okay. So they moved it all here. There's a huge list for this. Maybe I'll finish collecting all of them. I have like 6,000 special scratch things. Maybe 6,000, 7,000. Okay, and then, yeah. I don't think anything changed with it, right? So this effectively, this group of weapons and things have been phased out for the incoming, whatever they're getting ready for. Maybe in the next 3 months. Let's say in the next 3 months. All right, I usually skip the seal thing unless it's part of the weekly. All right, and that's it. That's all she wrote. Pretty standard update, not too big. It's a mini episode. Looking forward to hopefully they release something. They're not very incentivized to do so, in my opinion. When it comes to like live service games nowadays, I feel like, yeah, it is diminished return to do like story upkeep and whatnot. It's understandable, basically coming up with new challenges, constantly iterating on combat stuff is what people are far more used to. I'm obviously here for... This is about the time where I hang around, I do my dailies and weeklies, and then I go to Neverwinter. I go from Neverwinter to PSO2, then to Hearthstone, and then all the while catching up on like news and podcasts and whatnot from my usual days. That's how it goes. Last thing we do most of the time is we hop in and do all the creative space stuff, and then see if there are any creative space. I haven't seen too many creative spaces that are new around.
We need you to divert its attention until
So
the
grab
central
this.
cannon is fully charged. We're counting on you.
Sonic anniversary is this month. I think it already started. So happy birthday, Sonic the Hedgehog, right? As a little personal background, I started my entire life, like the career, like in terms of gaming, it started with Sonic the Hedgehog when I was 4 years old. It all started with Sonic the Hedgehog. Basically, coincidentally, have come full circle, and I'm really like invested in SEGA as a whole in general nowadays because of Persona and Like a Dragon. Being that Atlas is now part of SEGA, right? So lots of things. It's even SEGA has recaptured as a whole most of my consistent followings. Like obviously I play indie games a large majority of time and whatnot, but the live, like the thing that has been most consistent in my life is things made by Sega. They snatched me from Squaresoft and Square Enix now, right? It used to be Final Fantasy quite a lot, but now it's more like a Dragon. I think a lot of it, this is going to be a slight hot take, a lot of it deals with how Square Enix, the marketing team and the executive team, just has no idea, in my opinion, has a very they're incredibly out of touch with Western markets. Or I live in the United States, I don't live across seas. They are incredibly out of touch with how marketing works nowadays, and like getting feedback about how to distribute your games. So the reason why I say this is because I would be playing Final Fantasy games if they invested their resources in a different way in order to promote the widest audience. And Sega has done that. Like a Dragon is multi-platform. It's even multi-dubbed. A lot of things are appealing to a larger audience, like a emergent audience. So lots of what Sega does, which there was a time when Sega was doing their own thing, like their hardware, and then sticking to exclusivity or time exclusivity. So that's probably where my Final Fantasy faded away. Like after I dropped the PlayStation 2, right, we moved into PC gaming, and things capture your attention on PC. So I would love to be playing Final Fantasy Rebirth, but you have to wait. And then because of that wait, other things take place. So might never get around to playing Final Fantasy. I will eventually. Again. So like ever since PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3 is required, 4, 5, right? And while they release their game and they're constantly pushing for exclusivities, they even went double down. They went with double exclusivity. First, you waited for the console exclusivity to expire. Then they did the Epic Store exclusivity. And now it looks like maybe they're not trying to. But ultimately, I think that also limited their experience in trying to bring a rounded experience. So whenever you hear a Square Enix port, you tend to have reservations, right? And I'll probably play Final Fantasy, like the Final Fantasy, at least the trilogy remake, right? Or the remake series at some point. I'm not sure about other Final Fantasy games. Final Fantasy 16 came out since then, right? 15, like I stopped at 12, which is the last Final Fantasy title on the PlayStation 2. But since then, it's back to Sega, right? Sega has time and time again kind of pushed for, like, there's maybe a personal opinion here. PSO2 is an unassuming game, but it's certainly a workhorse. It's a labor of love. I feel like that's what I describe Sega for the most part. Things are a labor of love. They become things over time, as opposed to taking about face and risks and trend chasing and whatnot, which I feel that's the MO that Square Enix has been doing, which hasn't largely aligned with mine. I'm not saying it's bad or good. It doesn't align with my schedules or my preferences. So when you're trend chasing all the time and doing exclusives, time rotates and they pass, and that whole like exclusivity, it went with the same with indie labels and whatnot too. Like for example, Red Hook and Darkest Dungeon. I didn't play Darkest Dungeon 2 because the early access period and then the Epic exclusives just made it so unmanageable. I think these type of things are kind of archaic and out of touch. So maybe in the future I won't be saying this anymore. But for now, let's refocus back on Sega. I play PSO2 NGS because it's not Final Fantasy 14. Like, what I mean is how closed off. Now, Final Fantasy 14 is absolutely fantastic when you enter the gate, the community. But investing in Final Fantasy 14 is like eliminating in my opinion, it can be very restrictive to enjoying everything else or other things. So I'm a more of a balanced, moderated person, perhaps a casual, right? Well, if you consider playing over 1,400 hours of PSO2 NGS casual, or over 6,000 hours of Neverwinter casual, I suppose. But generally speaking, I think Square Enix has very good things going for them to compare and contrast, but SEGA is, in my opinion, incredibly representative of philosophies that I like in their game design. They're like, oh, you know what? Yeah, let's keep on working on it. Let's just keep on working on it. Like, there's a trading card, Line Strike, the in-game trading card, like CCG, not trading card, not TCG, but there's a CCG in this game, and they're continuing to add to the CCG. I mean, I play Hearthstone for the most part. I played Hearthstone since closed beta, so actually Hearthstone might be turning 10 soon. So there's that, and Hearthstone continues to be a workhorse. Heck, I spent 99% of my time not even playing the standard, like whatever their core standard format is, and PSO2 kind of feels like that. Like, what do? You do various activities. You pick up a urgent quest when it's convenient, and what else you can do with whatever the system and engine they have, right? And here, though, this is a segue. I'm segueing into the thing I'm going to do next, which is, first, I do all the creative space tasks, which it's basically me doing exactly what is required minimally. I haven't got into spending enough time to design something for my space. I often like do a little bit and then I erase it. And that's usually how it goes. And then you have to wait. Change build parts. Oh yeah. So then we just drop a random shape. Pick a random shape. Then you paint it a different color. And then next you have to place 100 pips, right? Oh, they added go to feature creative space. That's nice. I have to add 100 parts, I think. I'm pretty sure. Hold up. Where is it? There it is. And then you go over here. You reset. Oh, we got some more build parts that we can buy. That's fine. And then now, let's go to a featured creative space, right? And this is where we're gonna cherry pick. We have to visit 10 places. So let's see if I do this at the end of the stream to celebrate some of the labor of love things. Last time I actually saved a bunch of like standout ones to show off, but I think because of the limited player base now, those same ones tend to be the same highlights. So we're gonna try to go to a G rated thing, so maybe not too much flashing, very specific flashing, but let's see if anything rings a bell or anything. We're gonna go off the titles and see if anything interesting pops up, and we'll pick 10, walk around, look at how it's gone, or show some exposure, feature things. So I don't think they changed anything about the listing. This was 50. Something I'm not familiar with is helpful. Can you organize this any differently anymore? No. I was thinking maybe kudos, organized by kudos. I saw some work in progress that was that I'm curious about. I think I know what that one. Let's go. I mean, it's a cyberpunk thing. I'm about to get back into that at some point. Let's look at how well there are quite a bunch of cyberpunk or like cyberpunk themed things. Let's look at this one. Oh, actually, I know this guy, or I know that this guy does, unless it's a different shoot. Player IDs I don't think are unique. But let's go look. First one, shoot. Ah, yeah. Wow. Okay, it's not quite, but it is definitely Night City inspired. Wow. I really like how people are getting creative and locking you in and creating a vista, like doing backdrop vistas. You know, your classic game dev approach where you make things look bigger than they actually are. And that's pretty sweet, man. This is really good. This front thing with the cage and then the center hub and stuff, it really does remind me of when you exit out of Cyberpunk 2077 and you start going down into the middle gym area. But obviously, it's overlapping in terms of the biru, right? Biru, or beer. Very nice. How did he create this? I think it's just basic structure. Yeah, basic shapes. That's cool. Very nice. I like the indoor payphone thing. Labor of love, I tell ya. Weapon shot. Oh! I like how they went about using the weapon models that allow you to be placed around your creative space. Chikai? The oh, what is this? He Tekai Tekui? Takui? Oh no. No, this is no. Tekuno? I'm not sure what that's referring to. I didn't realize the... Oh. Tekuno is the way of writing English. Oh, techno. Oh, that makes sense. that totally makes sense. Tekuno. I'm not great with katakana ego. Like, but looking at katakana and then lining up with ego, the techno makes sense. I see. The techno bar. Or very nice. Yeah, already. And then we're also grabbing these. Yeah, already. Really big. Starting off strong. Actually, that's our... Is there another compartment? That's weird that the audio just fades. This is a bathroom. Look at this. Black Lagoon. It was a... SEGA does like poster things for various anime on a regular, like a rotating, not even a rotating, but a serial basis. Whichever anime goes, there's going to be a poster and some, what do you call those, fold outs? Fold out things to advertise the anime. So yeah. Oh, Black Lagoon is a throwback. I really like this honeycomb thing. That one Peace. Yeah, this is really great. I am just seeing if there's any teleporting area or anything. Nope. All right. 10 out of 10. I'm pretty sure Shoot made 3 or 4 other things. Pretty sure. 10 out of 10. And get the X Mansion. Wait, like the X-Men? All right, we have to go here. All right, let's go. The X Mansion, huh? Yeah. Wow, that is a very glossy Sentinel. But oh my Sentinel butt. All right. Sentinel hit. Okay. So they did all the nice, even Sinister, right? Wow. Oh, that storm is really good. Iceman. Cable. Wait, this guy's name is... Oh no, it's Omega Red. Cable is... Usually wears like a commando outfit, right? Oh, there you go. Yeah, this is Cable. Sorry. I'm not too familiar with Bishop. Oh wait, I am, but not with long hair. I'm used to seeing Bishop with short hair. Not familiar with Archangel, actually. Interesting take on Mystique. 10 out of 10! You know what game? Now I gotta think about games that features the institution. Right. Let's go in here. Let's see how much they work. It's okay. Yeah, I would think it's very difficult to know what the layout is of the mansion. If at all, it does have this. And then I would say a kitchen. Okay, yeah, it's a work in progress. It's more like a backdrop object, right? Which is very nice. Oh, okay. This is plopped on more sentinels. You know what these guys remind me of more often? The limitations of Mega Man characters. Whenever you think of Mega Man characters, they're like little kind of orbial. They're a little bit softened and round instead of edgy. Mega Man. Oh. Pretty good. I'd say it's more of a showcase of the guy's the person's character creations. I say 7, 8, 7 out of 10. Very nice. Definitely 10 out of 10 for those characters. You even have Psylocke. Not bad, not bad. I was expecting the mansion. I was curious because I actually don't know the layout of the X Mansion. Star Wars Outer Rim. Well, we'll have to look at that, right? Andor Season 2. I have not seen Andor Season 2 yet. But Outer Rim, it's not necessarily related to Outer Rim other than Star Wars. What is this? Craft your own Star Wars themed CS with 10 iconic Star Wars. Oh, okay. So this is probably a repository. Let's see. I like people who make tools for other people as well. Like designs. Oh, I remember this. I think. Wow, it's bright. Okay. Too much bloom. All right. So, you know, we have your X-Wing. This a lot of the Star Wars ones, a lot of the Star Wars creative, they take their creative space and they create different compartments. So they're doing vignettes, right? Lots of vignettes. At least I think. So if we go over here, this will lead to the next vignette. Yep. Lots of assets, I see. We got our TIE fighters, our Star Destroyer. I forgot what this is called. I'm not that big on this particular aspect of Star Wars. I'm more into the intrigue and the politics of Star Wars. But I don't remember all the crafts names. What is this craft called? Imperial Lambda shuttle. Yeah, the Lambda shuttle. I didn't see a B-wing of anything. Very nice. I see. I'm not that great with Star Wars lore as well. I wonder why they chose this type of theme. Standard pilot. Some assets from PSO2. A cyber cafe. S. Do you have to put the fish in it? Intriguing. Okay. We got walkers. Of course. Kind of like what they did here. Create a frozen river. I'm not sure if this is one asset or not. I feel like there's an Easter egg in here somewhere. I've got to hit something, right? Of course. Sith. Of course, Vader. There he is. I find your lack of sharing the CS disturbing. Okay. There you go. Yeah, you have to have Vader somewhere, right? Ooh. Cozy. Very cozy. Oh. I actually have no idea what a Wampa is. Sorry. Sorry, Star Wars fans. I think I can talk more about Star Trek than I can about Star Wars. But Andor is making an excellent case on remembering like details of this. Yeah. 9 out of 10? 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10. All scores don't matter. Just we're vibing. So if you think it's a 10 out of 10, 10 out of 10. I'm just doing it for the giggles. Huh. Interesting. More stuff. Oh, there we go. Oh, I don't know. Okay, okay. This is like 10. It's 10 out of 10. Because you're looking around and you're looking for the designs. Like, oh, yes. See, here we go. No. I take it back. I take it back. And then the cool thing is you're actually looking for the stuff. And then you're like, where's the Millennium Falcon at? Or the Falcon, right? And here it is. And then you can take it home with you. Okay. I take it back. Is this open? Okay. Where was this hidden? Let's see. It's incredible. It's incredible what you can do. Wait, let's see where this is. In the map. Ah, okay. Okay. You gotta find clever ways to tuck and layer everything. That backdrop, using this particular backdrop is excellent. All right, we're going on strong, very very strong. That's 3. We're using this right here as a way to track. Oh, it's up to 20 now. We'll do 10. We'll do 10. All right. Next one. Next one. Where were we at? How do I know what I'm in the current one? Yeah, Wolfsbane, and it was shoot. And unfortunately, I forgot the one person. Sorry about that. Check back in the video. What else we got? Do I recognize anything? Ladders and Snakes CS game? That tempting, you know. Alliance High School DxD. We're not doing DxD things. I'm familiar with this one. No Limit Fashion Show. Yeah, this person has this for some time now. I don't know how often these things rotate. Maybe we'll just do 5. We gotta pick 2 more. 2 more good ones. Or 2 more interesting sounding things. Because out of 50, I'm familiar with a lot of these. Actually take some time to look through them. What's this supposed to be? Oh, we can go by kudos. Oh no, oh, you can look at the kudos though. You can look at the kudos. But I'm not sure if all of them is because of convenient tree placement. That's what I'm taking a look if it lines up with. Okay. Evolution? Alright, there's probably gonna be a lot of EVs here, right? We might as well just look at this. It has a lot of kudos. Let's go. And that's it. Yeah, that is well, for all you Eevee lovers out there. Oh, that's not necessary, but honestly, I don't know Pokemon that well anymore. Let's go through them. A Glaceon, alright. I'm okay. Umbreon, right? Jolteon, Flareon. Okay, I'm familiar with Eevee, like all of these over here, up to here. Then we have what are you? Vaporeon? Yeah, Vaporeon. I'm not is this... Did we already have Umbreon? No, this is Espeon, the psychic one. Leafeon, I'm not familiar with these two very much. And then Sylveon. So the last 3 on the right. I don't know when they were. And what are you? That's just... I have no idea if that has... Are they like... different show? I have no idea. And then I guess they're working on other things here. Okay, this is very awkward. 5 out of 10? 5 out of 10. That's usually... This is how some of them work. It is kind of funny that all the characters follow, like, they're programmed to follow you. It's sufficient. Sufficient. Fairly average. One more. One more. We're gonna let Kudos decide again. Alright. What is the highest Kudos that I haven't visited on this list? We already visited that. Did we coincidentally hit the highest Kudos? Where's the Jurassic Park thing? So it's probably the old Foxy Angel Town. I don't remember which one that is. Foxy Angel Town is today's or this week's highest. This one, I guess we'll do 2. They're kind of close. Funny stage, nothing else. Interesting. Maybe we'll do a rapid fire one. I just realized how close Kudos are. Can we quickly go through all the 10k ones, or the 1k ones? Except for, I don't know if I want to click on Hentai House. Sometimes, not appropriate. Or borderline not appropriate. Okay, let's do all the 1k ones, right? I am familiar with this one. I don't know if Cosmos changed up anything about their thing over time. It's really great though. Super interesting. Maybe? Can I hit these buttons? No. I'm pretty sure this cycles around to the back. Yeah, this is the late. This one is really good. Classic 10s. I don't remember what the buttons, if the buttons is a reference or not. Like the color of the buttons. Oh, hello there. I'm not a big dinosaur person as well, so I'm not familiar with their names. Excuse my lack of knowledge. Oh, hello there. All handmade. You gotta appreciate that. Look at that. Right. So you go through, each one has like a hidden guy in there, you know. You're looking for the hidden dino in all the exhibits, or not exhibits, but enclosures. Oh yeah, they dramatically changed this. I actually, I take it back. Yeah, they dramatically changed this. I still remember when this map had like a really large courtyard and some jeeps. But yeah, they changed it up quite a lot. Ooh, okay. Yeah, I haven't really taken a super close look. Okay. Kitchen. You have your kitchen, dining hall. Your laboratory? Yep, your laboratory. Incubator. Oh, the tight spaces can be a little tough. Here. Well, over here. Not yet. Very nice. Yeah, it used to be... Let me see if I can... Oh, wow. Yeah, they kind of like compressed it and made it almost grid-like. Pretty excellent. Alright. Get to the next one. Cosmos. Right. Next 1K. This one is month shine. Resort. This is the resort one. Oh no, this isn't the resort. Oh yeah, this one's fantastic. I'm not even sure if I showed this one off. This one is absolutely gorgeous. Does this user? Oops. User add in. Nope. Yeah, most of these are a hyphen. I'm not sure if that's intentional or not. Disney Resort. It reminds you of Walt Disney Resort kind of situation. Like the Walt Disney Castle. The way it's laid out and how the shapes are, the gates. Like this. You can practically put a little moon over it. If you can get to a little like shooting star thing. Not that it is supposed to be. I'm just saying, when you think of this layout, this type of palace layout, very beautiful, very blue. 10 out of 10, of course. I'm pretty sure those objects back there are meant to be backdrops and not accessible. Oh, you can actually take this entire castle with you. Yeah. They're made for structure. You know what this reminds me of? Playing Clair Obscure. Certain areas in Clair Obscure, like when you're exploring, the whole magic of Clair Obscure is you click into a creative space, right? An instance, and then you see a huge like vignette, right? In a vignette, and you pick up your geo points. You pick up the album in Clair Obscure. So in this case, you go to your GP tree here, right? And then you pick up your points. Don't know. Interesting. I see. Oh. Intriguing. Unfortunately, I can't read all of the Japanese. I can only read enough to understand. Like, I can't translate one-to-one or something like that, or make it, but I can only read enough that I understand what it's saying, like the gist of what it's saying. Wow. Oh boy, camera. Not yet, anyways. Maybe next year. Maybe next year. Wow. It just keeps going. That's super neat. Ah, okay. Imagine then these take you. Yep. Take you to places with views. Very nice. Alright. Go on to the next one. Yeah, the great thing about this one is you TP in, right? And then you see that. Incredibly painterly. in a PSO2 way. I guess we look at this bunny stage thing. That's 1,300. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's the same 5 out of 10, right? It's similar to the EV thing, where it's a character showcase. And yep, that's just a bunch of bunny girls, of course. and other cosplay things. Yes. Pretty standard. Alright. What else we got? I'm pretty sure this is the library thing. No, I don't think it's the library thing. It might be the library thing. Oh no, yeah, it's just this. I like it. I like this reflective material that people use to reflect off light. It gives you the impression of things are very big, a lot bigger. Kind of like your infinity table deal for decor. But yeah, that's it. Yep, that's it. You know, 3, 3, 4. It's 5 out of 10. This is what you do for standard. It's very picturesque, right? Very picturesque. And simple. And the tree's right there. Okay. Do we already went here? Yes. Right? Did we go here? 6, yeah. Foxy. Nope. Okay, yeah. See, this is more like a 4 out of 10. Largely because of... It's okay. That's okay. It's probably because the tree is right there next to the unnecessary display. Gratuitous bosoms. Alright. One more. Let's do one more. Okay, so none of these. Today's hectic lifestyle makes you tense and impatient. Then relive the olden days of you at past. Oh, this one's great. This is the Fry one. We might as well show off this Fry one. The Futurama one again. I wonder if anything changed with the Futurama one. Oh, ooh, maybe. Oh my word. They did it. Big Mom. Or Mom. I keep saying Big Mom because of One Piece. Wait. No music though. That's so good. Did they change? No, it's still largely... Wait. But this wasn't here before. Ah. Yep. We've shown this off before. But... yeah. Oh, okay. There are some new changes here. Look at that. Oh, we should put on some music. Let's see. What do we have? Excuse me. What is appropriate? No, just play the main theme. From old school. Yep. Oh yeah, this is wild. Added some Easter eggs. Ooh, yes. I remember you. Can we find... Oh, this is the throwback, man. Earl. And then we have the Akira cycle. Akira cycle. So I remember you. Ten out of 10, right? Lots of Robotnik's I don't even know what you call that. A hovercraft. Umbrella. Oh. Oh, interesting. They tied it into the kitchen as well. So we can visit the kitchen. Over here, Popeye. Yeah, there's just a collection of so many things. Okay, that's kind of weird though. And then, you know, we have the Futurama thing. Dr. Seuss. Adventure Time. What was this guy's name? Finn. That's right. I only know these people tangentially. I don't actually have really deep backgrounds in any of these things. So, you know, you have the whole cast. Wow. You know, I don't remember Bender looking like this. They really upped the... Yeah, some of these have just changed dramatically. Oh, Volt 77. That's kind of funny. So many references. I see. And then they tied the inside, the instance inside to another creative space. So let's go. Wait, how much? Okay, there's too much going on in this. It's too much. It's like 15 out of 10. Wait. Now I'm kind of curious. Did they tie in that place? So I can only imagine this Vault 77 at some point is gonna link to it. I love this. The layered creative spaces are fantastic. Let's go visit the... I'm surprised I didn't see a Tartarus or something. Alright, so the cafe has a linker. Or the kitchen, Ray's kitchen. Where's Ray's kitchen at? Is there anything off to the sides? No. Ray's kitchen's under the umbrella. So they link to their other spaces to expand the space. It's basically like instancing. Very cute. Do I know this one? Maybe? It's pretty cozy. Pretty cozy. What a cake, though. What a cake. Alright. I was expecting an indoor thing. So let's head back to Fry's place. Let's see what the other thing is. We should walk in here to see. Wait, where does this take us? Oh, to the trend. Oh, another access Transformers thing. I love it. I know this place. I am familiar with. There's a dock, a complete dock with the ship. I'm not sure if this layout has changed. Okay. It's not fake news. I know there's a at least I remember there being... Was it here? Oh, they totally separated it. Okay. Okay, so this is the tower. Okay, the very top. Oh, here it is. Right? No. What? I I swear they had the whole like delivery. Oh my gosh. I'm so confused. This is not made for entering. Okay. Yeah, there used to be in this area there used to be the ship, unless I was thinking maybe it's right above me or something. Like the unless oh, maybe I can just see it from no. Yeah, they moved the ship. Interesting. Unless it's a different map. Alright, let's go to the transformer. I think I know this one. I know this map. Or this creative space. Yep, it's this one. Yeah, this one is nuts too. We've also explored this one. The scale of this one is absurd. Absolutely absurd. Well, there you have it. There was another thing, but I think this is pretty good. The things people come up with. Well, guess that's a good place to stop. I like invisible floors. I think the thing that has become more and more common is doing invisible floors so that you can suspend people in the air to see the scale of things. I wonder if that was deliberately meant to look like the Trojan horse. Probably intentional, right? We're talking about the Gundam Trojan horse. Not sure. Anyways. I don't actually know the name of this gigantic thing. It might be Omicron. Possibly. Or whatever the, like, the largest Transformer thing. I don't know enough about Transformers either. Well, there you have it. We did our mini episode. It was a little bit lackluster, of course, but I feel you want to pave your own expectations, right? Your own expectations. I've become quite accustomed to the updates that the PSO2 team has. I still am waiting though. I think chapter 8, we'll see. Bring a little bit of splash, but the combat is still satisfying as always. You kind of just get glued in. Now, I've often asked myself, so where do they go from here? It's kind of one of those things. Where do you go from here? I'm a guy that is totally focused on creating sentimentalism, so it's about the story or anything to capture the lore. But in this game, in PSO2, it feels more like a creative platform, right? They've constantly aimed for the idea of it's a playground. Oftentimes a playground, so when people are interested in playgrounds, they're not necessarily interested in what it's secondary, but I'm sure they're still interested, but it's secondary to how many tools do we have, what kind of run we can make, how hard can we make this boss. So that is where I think behind a great story, I think this kind of reveals what SEGA does in as a whole company themselves, right? They have wonderful story-driven things that are built for a really long time, and they're often stuck to that. They try to create as many uses for that engine. I mean, Like a Dragon is a great example. You kind of get this mentality like, we have all these assets, we have all these things. How can we remix it to make it so that it's more and more challenging, how creative you can be with foundations, but not necessarily paving the road or defying risk-taking. A great example would probably be like Death Stranding 2, Kojima, or Death Stranding 1 technically, but Kojima's Death Stranding 2 is coming out fairly soon. Another one that just recently dropped today was the official launch of the 4 chapters of Deltarune, which is Toby Fox's follow-up to Undertale. So everyone's in, a lot of them are in their honeymoon period, the second iteration of things. And then we have a trendsetter this year? I don't think there's a knockout trendsetter this year yet. Clair Obscur is not one of them. Clair Obscur, after playing and doing my review of thoughts, Clair Obscur is about this. It's basically, in my opinion, it's about this, where you take as many of the elements that work well together, don't overstay your welcome, and act as a balance. You have your player flexibility and engagement while also providing the narration and stuff. And the narration, the culture, the projection of the developer's image, like music, sound design and stuff, that creates the sentimentalism. And this game, especially when it comes to live service, kind of has that. I think I still remember a lot of the PSO2. I went back to play the PSO2 stories. It's incredibly campy. It's jarring at times because of the limitations of the models and whatnot. But Clair Obscur is a high fidelity experience of all of this. Minus the sandbox things, obviously, because that's not the subgenre they were tackling. But this year, I don't think there's one where... Oh, I guess you could say Blueprints. You could say Blueprints. That's one that paved like a risk, right? They took a risk. Although what composes of the blueprints, how it was applied, is more like a creative aspect of the stuff. It's been quite a while since there have been a paradigm shifting gaming thing, right? I mean, Night Rain recently came out, but that's an iteration, right? FromSoft was one of the paradigm shifting ones. GTA 6 is around the corner, but again, it's kind of like barking up the Like a Dragon tree in terms of like iteration. I don't know. Yeah, nothing is jumping out at me. And most of the games that I really, really enjoy are like kind of this thing where the understanding of and melding of many things that work together. Although I would say that I am partially biased in the stories that developers tell. They are priceless, right? Understanding who the developers are and whatnot, and then seeing the product that they portray is priceless to me. That's the soul and the human interaction that goes beyond the video games. But you don't typically have that type of opportunity to relate. Most of the time it's parasocial interview. So like, for example, whoever created this, the best thing I can do, in my opinion, is it would be really fun to hear what inspired them to do this. Are they really, really that much into Transformers? Like, what are particular things and references and whatnot? So that's kind of leads into the whole internet and creative space. Anyways, that's a wrap for PSO2 NGS. I like to think the next time I come back to PSO2 NGS would be main event, maybe chapter 8, I still feel like we're 2 step over chapters, like 7.4 maybe a battle, and then 7.5 another little step over mini episode, and then chapter 8. I like to think chapter 8 is gonna be big, but I also thought the same after chapter 6, which was the big, whatever you call the finale. 1 through 6 is like an entirely singular arc, right? Or singular big piece. And then 7 is being used as an intermediary. I don't know what their plans are, how long they're going to continue supporting this game, but it'll be fun to see where it goes. SEGA is doing fairly well as a publisher, right? And then their in-house groups are doing quite well. Project Century is exciting. A new IP from RGG, Ryuga Gotoku Studios. So I'm looking forward to that. I talk about SEGA. There's plenty of opportunities to talk about SEGA. I'm currently language learning Japanese, and at some point I'll be doing a Persona Legacy run as well as the new Persona. So I'm familiar with Persona 3 and Persona 4, but I have yet to play Persona 5 and its extended universe. So we still talk about Atlas and SEGA by tangent as well. And then there's Metaphor, right? Metaphor is the new IP from the Associated Studios. All right, folks. There you have it. If you're gonna watch this later, thank you. I don't know how many people who are interested in these type of things, but for whatever it's worth, I suppose it is satisfying to do combat here. And for those who like just want to challenge their put up, like, I can do it because I can, like no hit runs or all the damage modifiers and whatnot. This game has most of that. It's a playground for combat RPG. That's what they do. And then the rest is creative pieces, creative functionalities. Right. Looking forward to the next one. Until next time, stay safe, stay healthy, and maybe I'll catch you on language learning. And I hope to maybe read a little bit more Japanese, talk about Japanese stuff, and integrate it with the SEGA stuff in the future. All right, take care, stay safe. Bye now. 皆さんまたね。